Hello and welcome. My name is GarboArtist. I'm actually working on a thing, like one of those overlays where it's going to say at GarboArtist.
I'm just gonna be Pree. There's no at symbol. It's just gonna say Pree
Pree.
right at the top.
Resident Big Chump.
But yeah, no. So this is podcast episode 3 of Chump Change.
Pog. We have a very exciting show for you today.
Not really.
No,
We just
not really.
want to start off with
No more.
how
Peggle.
are we doing?
No, I'm getting right to the hot take immediately.
Okay.
No more Peggle.
No more. No more.
No more Peggle. We had a focus group, and by focus group I mean my coworkers saw me editing. They saw like 5 minutes of the podcast. They're like, "Man, that Peggle is really fucking distracting."
You know.
I agree. It
I-
was very fucking distracting.
You know, it helped me calm my nerves.
Calm your nerves.
You know, when you saw that little pinball go straight down and hit the other pinball,
I
oh.
honestly feel like you were more bricked up playing that game because if you lost your pinballs, you're like,
You know, no. See, they have a little save system, right? So if you just straight up miss, you don't hit any pinballs.
Mm-hmm.
Then it says it's like a little wheel spin, and it's good save or you fail. Good luck. You straight up lose the ball. But other than
you
that,
roll a d20 and you get to keep playing the game.
yeah, but only if I hit a natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that,
Hello.
welcome. Anyways, is there anything cool that happened to you since the last podcast?
There's a lot of stuff that's happened to me since the last podcast. My life is pretty busy right now, actually.
Yeah, you have anything to share?
You and I had a conversation that I cut off when we got back to my house. Pree here likes to give me shit that I never clean my car.
Because poor guy doesn't.
The interior of my car, maybe. I am the kind of guy to drink a Red Bull or a water bottle, and I'll fucking chuck the shit in my passenger seat. I don't care.
Okay, I just want to cut you off there.
Okay.
Me and you both know the meme, and I think it holds true.
Yes, absolutely.
Go ahead, just move that stuff into the back seat.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, actually, my car is my emergency clothes and jacket locker. It is my emergency tool locker. And it's also where I hoard water. He got me into that, by the way. Like, actual sealed water bottles get stored in there. For if I'm walking through the parking lot at work, I see my car, I'm like, oh, let me get a water bottle real quick.
Oh, yeah. No. Unopened sealed water bottle. Not like sealed, you just put the top on and half drink water bottle.
4 kilos dos.
You know?
No, I don't. I actually get scared because sometimes I'll have you in the car. I'll have a Moon in the car. And I'll be like, whose water bottle was that?
Yeah, no, dude, that's what kills me the most. Like, wherever I'm at,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I thought that was my water. I'll just dump it out.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what?
Like,
I don't want cooties in me.
like in most cases, right? If it's just been me and like you, I haven't seen you in a couple weeks or a week.
Yeah.
Because right now you and I, we see each other about weekly at this point. If it's been a week and I haven't had you in my car, then it'll be like, okay, that has to be Moon's bottle in my cup holder. I can drink that if I want to.
But
And
do
I-
you?
And I'm not talking like my car's been out in the sun for 24 hours kind of drink. Like I drop her off at work or I drop her off at the house and I go run another errand.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that water bottle's fine. She probably took a sip out of it, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But like every time I've hung out with you or the boys, like because you like to keep the Uber water bottles in the back.
Oh
of your
yeah.
car.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
One time, one of them was open. And I was like, I think I know who sat in the back seat. Like, I think I know who you had in your back seat that day because you had hung out with some friends.
Yeah.
But I was like,
Your mindset was like 5 stars down to 4.
yeah, no, down to 3. This
Down to
motherfucker
3.
didn't restock water before he
Oh man.
got back on the road.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a good point though.
You know what's crazy? We hung out with that guy the next day. We went to Dave's.
Yeah, and that guy didn't take out the water the second time we hung out with that guy. Can you believe it?
Wait, he left a water bottle that day too? Seriously?
Seriously. You know, I don't know, man.
He has to know he has to know. If he's watching, he knows, right?
He better know.
He's listening right now. I bet you. He's listening right now.
You know, me and him share like a wavelength. You know, I'm not gonna lie with you. He's probably like sneezing, or you know, like he's
like
giving
real time. He's sneezing.
Yeah,
right
like
now.
he's sneezing, or he gets like a little headache.
He's playing Valor right now, and he dropped his ace.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I got him. You know.
And now, if he has that clip saved, by the time this comes out, I'm gonna be like, put that in your ace channel on Discord.
Mm-hmm, got him.
sync it up to the audio from the podcast this week.
Perfect. But yeah, back to your story.
So you gave me shit. You're like, man, your car is dirty. The inside of my car is dirty. I go to work a lot. I go home. I don't really have a lot of me time. So if I'm home, I'm either working on YouTube stream stuff or I'm in bed sleeping.
Yeah.
Which is not unnatural. You know, sometimes you're just busy. I've been trying to find time. Last time I was in our hometown for work, I actually went to Seven Flags. I cleaned my car, and I was going to FaceTime you while I was doing it. I was going to send you a picture after. I was like, you know what?
Like before and after?
I was like, you know what? I don't need Pree to gratify that I cleaned my car.
That's great.
I didn't send you the picture.
That's
great.
But
it fucked me because now I don't have my receipts that I cleaned my fucking car.
You know, so the reason why he brings this up, we just came back from 7-Eleven. I was like, man, you know, it looks like you don't care about your car. But,
no,
you know.
We got back and I said, man, I love this car.
Yeah.
Because he sold me my first car.
Yes.
I love my car. I actually do. It's been very good to me. Super high mileage. In fact, he made sure it was 300,000 miles before he sold it to me.
Yes, before
he intentionally said, hey, you don't have your license yet, so I'm going to intentionally not sell this to you until it's 300,000 miles.
Yeah, I waited. We were on the freeway.
When it happened. We were together when it happened.
I was staring at it, just waiting for that click over.
That was the crazy part, too. Because you drive a lot. Or back then you drove a lot.
I drove a lot.
So the fact that I just happened to be in the car with you the day that it happened was like, I saw my car. I saw my future car cross the death zone.
You know, it's crazy because I bought that car around 220,000.
You put 80,000 miles on that.
I was driving for maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
And I put 80,000 miles.
That wasn't always your only car, though.
And that wasn't my only car. I was driving another car, too.
So, but he probably put 200,000 miles between 2 or 3 cars.
I probably put $200,000 into the gas tanks.
Put more than his salary since he started working.
Half of my salary went into the gas tank.
Honestly, though, I wouldn't change that, though. Because back then, it was a lot of, like, if you or I were stressed out, we would hang out a lot after work. Like, go bowling, go work out.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just go drive.
Those were my favorite. I think just driving and getting into more clear space, like, I think is really good for you. Like,
from where we lived at the time, it was probably, 2+ hours to Sac if there was traffic?
Yeah, it was pretty far.
So sometimes, like, in the middle of the night, we'd go to San Francisco or Sacramento from where we lived. Mind you, it was already, midnight or 2? Because I just started my job and I was the guy closing every day.
Yeah. So it was cool because when you closed, I got off work. Like, we both ran the closing shift. So at least then our schedules kind of matched up for that.
Yeah.
So it was every night.
You had time to go, like, see your girlfriend or get some food, and then you could come to where I was.
Yeah, that was really cool. I really enjoyed that about
now we're fucking busy all the time and we're broke all the time.
Would you go back, though?
Yes and no. There's parts that I hated about, like, my living situation.
Yeah.
And my personal relations with my family. Terrible back then. I think if I could be as mentally sound as I am, I won't say mentally sound because I still got some shit I got to work out. But if I could have experienced all of that stuff sooner and been able to enjoy those times more, like when I first moved back to our hometown.
Yeah.
I was in a very bad place. Do you remember the circumstances that I moved back?
Oh, yeah.
I was in a very bad place, and one of my elementary school friends and one of your, like, longtime friends, he was in town, and I barely see him, if at all.
Ever.
Because he left the state, and also just I don't hang out.
He just dipped. He left me too.
He did. He left everyone for the brothers.
For the brothers. That's the best part.
That's a deep cut.
For the brothers.
But he was in town. I hadn't seen him in forever, and you, him, and Mr. Water Bottle.
Mr. Water Bottle.
You guys were just trying to cheer me up.
Yeah.
And I was so in such a bad place. I wasn't able to enjoy that. And looking back on it, I can safely say, like, man, I genuinely hated life, and my friends were there for me.
Do you know how much there we were for you? Let's tell the story. And I want to hear it from your side.
Oh, God. Do I, like, spill all the beans, or do I be vague about it?
I mean, we live in the Bay Area.
No, I mean, this, like, the circumstances of why I was.
Oh, no, not circumstances. I mean,
okay.
what we did. What we did.
Okay.
There we go.
So, I moved back home with my father. He knew I was down. He was one of 3 people I told I moved back. And he was like, hey, man, I just got off work. I know you're not working yet. I know you're broke, but it's fine. I got you. Let's go to the city. I'm like, okay. I wasn't really in the mood, but I was also sharing a studio apartment with my father, so I was like, fresh air would be good, actually. He picks me up. Mr. Water Bottle and Brother Man was in the car. In my car at the time. Or my would-be then car.
Yep.
And we went to San Francisco. And the intention, unbeknownst to me, was to go to a strip club. We were all 18.
Yes, that's the biggest part. We're all 18, and we wanted to go to a strip club in San Francisco. Little to behold.
Oh, am I picking up?
Yes,
okay.
you are. You're picking up.
So, I guess what it was, the club that you guys wanted to go to didn't end up being 18 up, right?
Yeah, it was 21 and over.
It was supposed to be 18 up, but it had changed.
Yeah, it changed.
So
it changed in quotation marks.
Like recently, too.
Yeah.
Because the website still said 18
The website said 18 and up, but it was a liar.
Yeah. So we ended up not going. And on the way there, I was against it. I was like, guys, fuck it, I'll share it. I'll share because that actually the reason I was down is kind of a part of that story.
Go ahead.
I had broken up with someone. I won't say who, so they don't feel bad about it, but because it fucked me up really bad. I don't know if they would feel bad. Probably. Maybe. I'd broken up with someone who I was with for a while, and it fucked me up really bad, actually. And because I'd like literally the week before this trip is when we broke up. I was like, guys, I don't really want to go to a strip club because the guys are like, yeah, we're gonna see titties, we're gonna buy some strip club chicken wings. I'm like,
that was the seller for me.
Yeah, he wanted to go eat chicken wings.
All I saw was chicken wings on the menu, and I knew I wanted to give the stripper the chicken wing and say, I want to see you eat this.
Cringe. Doesn't like ASMR, but wants to watch a stripper eat chicken. I'm gonna have to bleep that one. Jesus. That's a canceled one.
That's a cancel right there.
That's canceled. But I just wasn't in the mood. I was in the moment. I was so down. I wasn't able to like enjoy the adventure for what it was. So we ended up going to the city. We were turned away. We ended up walking around for a bit. Mr. Waterball's like, you know what? Sacramento for sure has an 18 up one. Mind you, we're in San Francisco. We're already 2 hours the opposite direction. I'm like, no, we're not doing this. I'm going home. You're going to take me home. So we start heading back. There's some in between shit. I'm like, I know I'm forgetting.
We went to go eat before we all went back home.
Did we? Where did we eat that day?
Did we go eat that Chinese restaurant?
Oh, in Pinole.
Yeah.
Did we take him? I don't think we took Brother Man. We went with Army Man. Another time.
Maybe we didn't that night.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of another occurrence.
We also went to San Jose, and we went to fuck, what is it called? I'll say the name of the place. What was it? Love Cafe.
Oh.
We went to Love Cafe.
That was a spicy.
On another adventure.
Spicy adventure.
But We ended up going. Didn't Water Bottle Man jump out the car that night?
Yeah.
Too?
So check this out. We were in our hometown. Water bottle. He said, "Hey man, you know my grandmama just called me. I gotta go home." I said, "No way did you just make me drive all the way back in hopes I can go see some titties and ass tonight, and then say you gotta go home." This man hops out the car.
Literally, while we're moving, we're like he's about to get up to the street we were on was 25 because of the school zone.
Yeah.
Starts to get up to speed. Homie opens the passenger front door, climbs out.
And he starts walking towards his house.
Granted, we were close enough to his house for him to walk safely. I don't think our hometown is a safe place to walk, but he was within like
he was like
5
2
minutes.
streets away.
He was like 5 minutes
He was
away.
pretty close. And then I was like, man, whatever, dude. And I turn around and I pick him up and I take him home. And then I'm like,
this is after I got dropped off, by the way, because I lived another 5 minutes away from Water Bottle Man.
yeah, so we dropped off Lorenzo first. Water Bottle Man leaves. It's just me and Brother Man. I'm like, man, what we gonna do? And he said, well, we're not gonna go to a strip club. I'm like, oh, all right, well. And then
took him home too.
Took him home too. There we go. And then that was my fun night. I just went home. I didn't know what to do. Went to sleep.
I do remember there was a lot of like just bullshit talking and like singing songs on the drive all around though. That was fun.
A big part, right?
Yeah.
Was in the car,
Uh-huh.
or in that car, I guess. They're in the roof, between the roof metal, and the headboard, which is like the ceiling inside the car.
Mm-hmm.
There's sound insulation. When I was working on the car, because I changed the ceiling and the inside to the black fabric, so it looks a little more roomy inside. It looks pretty cool.
It's a Toyota Corolla, by the way.
Toyota Corolla.
If you don't have one, most cars like it have like the tan beige headliner,
like gray headliner.
Yeah, he made it all black.
I made it all black. I put a new fabric on there with some glue, and I didn't put the sound insulation back in there. So when you tapped on the roof, you just hear the metal just ring.
Let alone if you had rings like me and Water Bottle Man did. When you tapped on the roof, it went ding, ding, ding.
That was really fun.
And it has aftermarket speakers and a subwoofer.
Yeah.
So we were also bass blasting the shit out of music, and we were just going, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, right. And it's a Corolla, so we weren't going like 90. No, we were going like 65.
Yeah.
In the slow lane.
Four big guys in the fourth lane, head banging and hanging out the window, fucking having the time of their lives.
That was a fun time, though.
No, absolutely. I absolutely think it was fun. You know what's funny, though? Because we briefly touched on the Love Cafe trip.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd have that much fun on another adventure like that. Because we lived out there. We know the area. It's not as like different as from our hometown now because we were there.
Yeah, I will say that. I will say, because we got in cars and we're able to like extend our travel distance, I feel like our norm now is pretty much as far as the car will take us.
Yeah.
As far as we're willing to drive.
Yeah.
So I do agree with you on that wholeheartedly.
That what you're playing with over there is a memento of that trip too.
Oh yeah.
That was
right,
the lanyard I bought.
So
we went to Race Wars.
We went to Race Wars. It's an event held in Sacramento Raceway.
Yes.
Or drag strip, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it's Raceway. They have a cool little lanyard. Cool little lanyard we bought.
He didn't get one, and then his lanyard broke. So
I did get one. I did get one. So I got the white one, and you got the darker color one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. The other one. Yeah. You got the black and red, and I got the white and red, and it was just. I was mad.
That motherfucker probably looks yucky now.
You know, I didn't know that there was a black one. I bought my lanyard first.
What it was.
I bought my lanyard first because the white lanyard was hanging.
So the way
like for display.
The way that it was like 2 canopies put together, like the standing canopies for like a picnic, and it was 3 folding tables along the length of it.
Yeah.
He was on the far right, and the line got long behind him because I didn't go up immediately. I was a water bottle man looking at a car. I came up to see what he was doing, and I was like, okay, well, I don't want to wait in that line, and I don't want to go with him and cut.
Yeah.
And he was already paying, so it's not like I just be like, here's a couple bucks, and, grab me that. So I went into another line, and he was like, he saw me come away with the same lanyard he had, but a different color. He's like, where'd you get that? I'm like, the booth you just left? He's like,
no way.
and then I walk him over to where I was. He's like, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I was like, man, she said all sales are final, but I was about to change that. You know?
Just walk up to the pole it was on and
yeah, just swap it. Oh, jeez.
Just be glad you didn't get a shirt or something like
yeah,
specific to your size. And
yeah, dude. Like, and then I had to test fit it.
Yeah.
So and this was during COVID.
No, it was right before.
Right before COVID?
Yeah, because we wouldn't have been able to go to Love Cafe.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So that was like late 2018, early
2019. Yeah, early 19. Because I think it was like March.
I'm sure if I look at my Snapchat, actually, I'll find it. Anyway, keep talking. I'll look at the date.
Yeah, and then... Oh, here's a question that I wanted to ask. That was the first car event that I've actually been to. This is the first car event that we went to. Is that something you would be willing to go to again?
Absolutely. We talked about going again. We were busy or we didn't have the money. What, last year?
Yeah. For this year.
No, it was last year because we were already living together. So it was last year around this time, I think, actually.
Was there any cars that caught your eye?
So I'm a big fan of the WRX Subaru, but I didn't see any there, or at least I don't recall seeing any there.
Or there were so many that it just blended in with the. I think it's you didn't see one that was so unique, because there were so many.
Yeah.
I think that's what.
Well, I think we saw a lot in the parking lot. Like we saw a lot of Mustangs. We saw a lot of like consumer race cars, right?
Which I want to bring up.
Uh-huh.
I felt like we saw cooler cars in the parking lot than what were inside that paid to be in the car show.
No, because I thought a lot of the air suspension cars were cool.
Oh, all of those guys that really did up their cars?
Yeah, like custom air suspension cars and shit were really cool.
They had air suspension. You like the guy that had little golf balls in the back?
Yeah, I thought that was fun. I thought that was really fun.
Yeah, did you like the racing part of it?
Dude, well, I think that's one of the videos I'm looking for. Literally, it wasn't even the cars racing that got my interest. It was the fucking motorcycle that was like 3 people long. Yeah. That motherfucker was like 12 feet long.
Yeah.
But then when he revved his engine, that shit fucking rattled my eardrums, and the fucking ground beneath our feet was shaking.
That was my favorite part too.
I literally, my bones were vibrating. I thought Goku was going Super Saiyan 3 again. I couldn't hear shit. Sean Schemmel was over there taking a shit in his house in LA or whatever. He went, huh? Me?
Yeah, no, dude.
Hey, it's me, Goku.
That was the best. You know what's so weird about that bike? I thought it was gonna be like maybe like an 8-second, 9-second quarter mile.
Oh, dude.
And it was way faster than that.
I mean, the motherfucker looked like he put a SpaceX thruster on the back of it. Like,
yeah.
I would hope that motherfucker go fast.
Yeah, that one had a wheelie bar.
Was that before the Valentine's Day fiasco? Or after?
Not too sure.
You know what I'm talking about, right? When I convinced you to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to JCPenney?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was a great event. I would love to go again.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually curious if there's more events compared to just that one.
I'm sure there has to.
Because I want more of the car show, and then on the other side, you know, you can go see some races. I want to go to a drift event.
Yeah.
Because drag races are cool, but I feel like drift events are also very cool.
I feel like if we do overseas stuff, that would be more on the table.
I feel like there's a more, I would say like competition over there.
Because like I feel like I mean
over here
you know for sure because of our hometown. I feel like the ones in our area are all sideshows. It's not really an actual drift thing. It's
well, if it's held at the raceway. You know, we should go to Sonoma Raceway.
We should.
I'm sure they're holding something that we could go watch.
I think besides people just being at the strip, I don't think they do. Because I think we had this conversation before. I feel like we did.
Oh man, good old times.
I could have sworn I had this saved somewhere, man.
So going back to the original question, would you go back?
Absolutely, yeah. I said yeah.
Besides,
I think after though, because I think realistically the event was very slow, or not very slow. The event was very fast. It went by. It's like going to a museum, right? We walked around the museum. We saw all the paintings.
Yeah.
We saw the exhibit, like the main exhibit, and then we left. And then we went from Sacramento
to San Jose. Yeah. Actually, that's the same trip where we went to Love Cafe.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why I brought up the memento of that trip.
Yeah.
That's like, or this is like the main thing that survived from that trip. We thought we were gonna die that day too.
That was a pretty sketchy building.
Because at the time he wasn't. I don't think you were planning on going there for school yet, right?
No.
So we were just there, like 3 people who knew nothing about San Jose just showed up to the middle of what that area was, Vietnam Town.
Yeah, like Vietnam Town. Yeah.
And there was a bunch of guys like in the gated off stores just chilling outside of the parking lot we went to. The fucking Denny's looked like. First off, if you're Denny's, I get Denny's it's Denny's. No matter where you go, it's Denny's. Don't let your Denny's look like it came from the fucking 70s, man. That motherfucker looked like it was set to be destroyed.
Man, that whole street looked that way.
Yeah.
Not just the Denny's. It was that whole street.
Actually. And then, oh my god, fucking Grandpa with a shotgun in the alley over there.
Bro.
Grandpa with the shotgun in the alley is probably the reason we thought we were going to die that day.
So, all right, here, so check it out, right? So, for more perspective on how the whole encounter went, it's Water Bottle Man in the front. I'm in the middle. Lorenzo's in the back. Water Bottle Man, like, walks forward to turn the corner. Instead of turning right, he turns left to do a U-turn. And he's like, nah, bro, I can't do that. So I'm like, oh, well, I want to see what he saw. And then I turn the corner and I'm like, oh, hell, what are we getting ourselves into? But we drove so far. We're not going to turn around here. That was sketch.
Yeah,
That was sketch. The
honestly,
people in there were really nice, though.
Yeah, no, the service was pretty fun. I mean, I say that and then I immediately cringe.
The service is fun.
I cringed at that because, okay, so Love Cafe is like, in terms of cafes, it's what you think a cafe is.
It's a Vietnamese coffee cafe, coffee house. I think it's
like when you, if you're a weeb, like when you think cafe, it's very much a cafe. Absolutely, like what you're thinking right now. Except the ladies who work there are all in bikinis or swimsuits, like swimsuits, lingerie, whatever the flavor of the day is.
Yeah.
Water Bottle Man, me and Pree were so scared to look at this older lady that, like, I want to say what? She was probably in her mid-30s.
Vietnam.
We did coin the name Vietnam for her.
Vietnam. We don't even know she's Vietnamese. But
she worked at the Vietnamese shop.
But she worked there, so she's Vietnam.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the bathroom?
We didn't want to we didn't want to stare at her for any amount of time, but somehow we all decided we had the balls to call her mommy somehow. Think about that.
We called her Vietnam. No, see. And then I asked her to give us, like, we're here, we might as well talk to him. I was like, I want to go eat. Tell me where to go. And she pulls out her phone, she was giving me all the directions and whatnot. That was a terrifying experience because all the guys at the bar were looking at us.
Probably all cousins, uncles, brothers.
I thought I was going to get stabbed. Mm-hmm. And we also should say, so it isn't like a normal restaurant where the window is like half of the wall. Oh, microphone falling.
Can't be hitting microphone.
Well, the window isn't as big as half the wall. It's more like the top of the wall
is the window.
Like, and it's hard.
Like school.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Because some like portables or some buildings in certain schools would have like the wall and then the swing like this kind of window.
Yeah.
Like the vent window.
Yeah, the vent. The
The
one that only opens up.
Yeah.
It's on the hinge.
and somehow still had bars.
Yeah, no, it was barred up there.
Everything was barred in that area.
Everything was terrifying.
If it could break, it was barred or nailed down. You good? You need a minute?
No, I'm good.
Cool. So the bathroom situation there, we go into the back. By the way, the hallway is fucking dark. The hallway to the kitchen is pitch black. There's no lights there. There was a light switch. There was a light socket. No bulb.
All right, and just to help picture the enclosure here, pretty much all of the Asian restaurants, whatnot, whatever space is available is storage.
Yeah.
So in the walkway to the bathroom, there's shelves full of sanitizers,
chairs,
soap, everything.
And you could tell that was either the back hallway to the kitchen or to like an actual like storage room. Because people were going in and out of there. They were either chilling in there or they were getting shit. So to set the stage, there's a box. It was very like symmetrical box for the actual restaurant. In the back right corner next to the edge of the bar was the hallway to go to the bathroom. It was like a little T. It was like, here's the box, here's the hallway, and then a little split off is where the bathroom was.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like men's and women's. It was a unisex one toilet bathroom.
All gender.
So we opened the door. I think I went first.
Yeah.
And I tried closing the door, and not only does the door not lock, the core was stuck, so it couldn't even close.
Couldn't turn.
like literally, it was always open. The core was jammed in there. There was no way to unjam it.
It was great.
So essentially what happened there is I step out. I'm like, hey, man. He's like, did you go already? I'm like, no. The door won't close. Because he wasn't standing right at the door. You know, he was respecting the bro code. Like, give the man some space. Let him do his business. So I'm like, hey, man, I need you to Mr. President me real quick.
I mean,
Pree is my fucking bro. This man, back to the crack of the door because it didn't close. He fucking stood there. I heard him saying, how's it going? What's going on to people passing by? I whipped my shit out so quick. I like, if I could water bend, it was that day. I went, whoosh, washed my hands, got the fuck out.
Nah, man. What you did is you did a little jiggle. You did a little jiggle shake after you were done using the bathroom.
Nah, man. I fucking what's it called when you're doing surgery on people? You fucking cinch the vein.
Oh, jeez. You know, you hit it with a little tourniquet action?
Yeah. I fucking, I use all my muscles. I use my gooch muscles. I was like,
oh man,
I was fucking opening the way. I was like, Moses, pee, go. And I was like, close. No more pee. Wash my hands, got the fuck out.
And then we swapped because I needed to use
Yeah,
the
and then I had to
restroom as
Mr. President him because at that point, from Sacramento to San Jose, we were in the car for another 3 hours.
Yeah. With traffic.
Yeah, with traffic.
Oh, jeez.
So realistically, like 3.5, 4 hours.
That was toxic.
It was fun.
I'm glad we did it, though.
To be fair, though, I told you, because we didn't go, we didn't go 680. We went through Stockton.
Yeah.
We went, was that 5? Highway 5? Or no, because that's Port Chicago.
880?
880 loops down into Lathrop. There's a single digit one that goes like through Stockton all the way to Sac.
Yeah.
4. I think it might be 4.
It might be.
It's 5 or 4.
Well, one of those numbers.
Either way, we went through the Stockton. We went basically through the valley to get down there. And worst decision we made because we couldn't get around people. We couldn't fucking get off at the next exit and just turn around. We had to sit there and deal with it the entire time.
The worst part for me was we left Race Wars
in the morning. It was still morning when we left.
In the morning at like 1 o'clock, like 1 o'clock.
It was still noon.
And Love Cafe closed at 4.
Yeah.
Or 5. One of the two numbers.
I think we got there like 3.
I think we got there, and then we're like, oh, we need to hurry up because I think they're closing right now.
All we got was yellow water and Vietnamese coffee.
That was the most expensive coffee. You know, and I am still embarrassed to this day. I did not know that I ordered a Vietnamese iced coffee as an iced coffee there. I'm like, you know what?
Were you trying to get a hot coffee?
No, I was trying to get a Vietnamese iced coffee. But I was scared if I ordered for an iced coffee, I was going to get Starbucks.
Oh.
You know, I was like, I don't know which game they're playing, but I don't want to, get the wrong thing.
I didn't realize that was the dilemma in your head because I think you ordered for me.
Yeah, it might be. I think I ordered 2.
I think I was looking at food on my phone too.
Yeah, that was great.
Because it ended up you, me, and Water Bottle Man all got the same thing. We got Vietnamese coffee and water.
That was the most expensive iced coffee.
$25, right?
Yeah, dude. Like I was like, it's like $10 a person.
And then we went to like 3 other places where we either ordered food and didn't eat it.
And then we went to Vietnam Town.
Yeah. Which
has a whole bunch of really cool food everywhere. Like a different part of Vietnam Town compared to where we were.
It was very much like the shopping center / strip mall we went to was very like posh. It was very clean, put together.
Oh yeah.
But the stores were very much like, hey, this is your regular mall with all the random stores and like your T4 boba shop in the corner.
I really liked how all of the restaurants all had the same menu.
Yeah, actually.
I was so flabbergasted. I was like, huh.
So, I think 2 of them actually had the same menu too, but they had like different names.
It's like fun number 1, and then fun number 2.
Not even that, because it was like, wasn't one of them like a barbecue place? But it still had pho.
Yeah,
and
it was
all the stuff from the other one.
It was so weird.
And then one of the places didn't accept card.
Yep.
One of the places didn't accept card. I never carry cash on me. The only reason that you'll ever see me carry cash is if I'm with him for more than like 8 hours.
Because I carry cash.
Yeah, because it'll literally be like, hey, let's go to this one like pop-up spot, and they only take cash. So I'm like, okay, let me get some cash out. And then I have cash for like the next 2 days until I use it. I didn't have cash. Waterball Man didn't have cash. He had like $20 left.
Had enough for me.
Yeah. Because he bailed us out at Love Cafe for the fucking...
Yep. Because we were all scared to use our credit card, our debit card.
So then I remembered, I was like, I saw a bank when we went into the shopping center. And they didn't both remember where it was. They didn't see it. So I was like, let me go to, what was it? North-South China Bank or something.
Whatever it was.
It was literally called like South-North or North-South China Bank or some shit.
All right, and then to put more emphasis on what actually happened, me and Water Bottle Man were like at a restaurant, right? Like we're eating together. And then Lorenzo was like, you know what? Oh man, they only take cash. And I was like, okay, well, what are we just gonna sit here and you're gonna go?
We didn't order food yet. We got drinks. We didn't get food.
Yeah.
But they did have a thing where it's like, hey, we're not gonna serve you just drinks. You have to order something.
And it was exactly what I thought. Lorenzo said, yeah, let me go take the car and I'm gonna go drive to the bank. I'm like, you're about to leave me and Water Bottle Man here in unknown San Jose.
Well, because he didn't know where it was. You didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
And
our phones were dying.
Yeah, and our phones were dying. So it was like, if you two bailed on me to go, you spent forever looking for it, they're going to look at me like...
like, what is this man going to walk out on the bill?
Sound like you got to get in the back, brother. Got to get to work.
You better start washing some dishes.
We close in an hour. You got to start cleaning. Oh, man. And then I remember, like, the terminal wasn't in English. It was already preset to Chinese.
Whatever Chinese part it was.
I think it was Cantonese. But obviously, I don't speak or read Cantonese. So, we had a bit of a dilemma. So, I took a gamble. I said, what are the odds this is set up like every other ATM in the world? I just pressed the button, put my card in, put my PIN in. I said, that word looks like it says withdraw. My heart's telling me. I pressed it. I put $40. Gave me cash.
There you go.
I got charged $10 service charge.
That's tough.
$450 from the bank, and then another $550 from Chase.
Because it wasn't.
Because it was an out of.
It wasn't the same bank.
It was an out of network bank.
That's rough.
And I'm not used to that. Like, I lived in San Francisco for school for a year. I go to Japantown with my friends all the time, even now, and the ATMs there charge you like $3.75, and then obviously I get the surcharge from Chase anyways. So if I was ever broke and I had allowance from my parents while I was at school, basically went out the window because of ATM charge. Like, oh, you got $25? Nah, brother, you got $15. Hope you like buying your half a manga. Sir, can I just buy this one page, please? I don't need the whole book.
You go into the restaurant, they sell a rack of ribs, you ask for one rib.
Yeah, no, I asked for the drippings. I asked for a cup of the drippings.
That was great.
No, that was honestly a great adventure, but now that we spent so much time in, living in San Jose area, I don't think it'd be the same.
I feel like we normalized it.
Yeah, very much so. Like, because even the weird spots, when you and I were door dashing, we'd be in the middle of the night in all the weird spots, and then we'd come back during the day to, like, for something we saw. Yeah. And then it was like, oh, we already know this area. We saw it.
Which is night and day difference.
Yes. The vibe is different, but, like, in terms of knowing the terrain, we learned the terrain, like...
Yeah. Which I found really interesting. I found that really cool that we were able to pick it up so quick.
Yeah. Because, like, the San Jose area, or... The Santa Clara area we lived in was very much just a grid. It was north-south. We lived in the northmost part of our area. Yeah. So everything that was like the grocery store I worked at was straight south, like literally straight from our house, straight south.
Yeah. Which you know, which is very convenient. Which I find so interesting that for some reason it felt like we never left our city. You know, like I felt like the lines that divided each city, were non-existent. No, I felt like everything was one city.
Part of it, and this is something that doesn't happen in our hometown or even here where we're at right now. San Jose, Santa Clara, Campbell, Sunnyvale, Palo Alto all have what is it?
A highway that cuts through it.
Not even a highway.
Or just like a main street. Old highway.
What? I'm trying to remember the name of the road.
What? El Camino Real?
El Camino Real. The South Bay area has one road that runs all the way into like Redwood City.
Even further beyond.
Really?
Even further beyond. It goes up into the city as well.
Wow. So basically that entire road does a U that stops at Milpitas.
Crazy.
Because it doesn't turn up into Milpitas. It goes into the mountain.
We explored that.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we explored the mountain doing DoorDash, and I thought we were going to die. There's 5 times where I thought he was accidentally going to drive off the cliff. And then he scraped my bumper going into a mansion.
That was a fun mansion.
I wish it was more fun. We sat in the driveway and waited for, like... We saw this dude that was looking at us, and then a woman came out and it was like, hey, thanks. What's the guy doing then? Who's he? You know? And then he left. And then he left before we did. Yep. He was standing in the driveway looking at us, and then he just left.
He was looking at us to when we're going to move so he can leave.
Yeah. We weren't even in the way. It was a steep-ass grade for the fucking driveway, though. So stupid. I thought he was driving a stick, but he was driving my automatic Corolla. Motherfucker, that poor car that day.
That's the same car.
That motherfucker went to get up that driveway.
What is the mileage out on it now? Rough estimate? 330, right?
Nah.
More?
Less, I think. I think I'm in the 20s right now.
That's insane. Well, I mean, you do use my car a lot.
Yeah. Well, when we live with you, yeah. Whenever you're here now, I try and have you use my car so you don't rack up mileage on yours. Because you already drive everywhere in the Bay Area right now.
Tough.
Yeah, your family lives on one side. I live on the other side.
I live on the other side. Yeah. We're making a trifecta over here.
It's okay, though. I mean, the way that Big Chumps, the set's looking, we might have to move back in together so we can make
I know. So we just instead of having a commute, we just go home.
Yeah, just go downstairs.
Yep.
Shit, man. We're already at 46 minutes.
Hey, man, time flies, just like our lives.
Yep.
Make every
Just like our not sponsored Delta Airlines.
No, I will say though. Do you think people should try to go out and have adventures?
Absolutely, absolutely. Here's my thing. If you want to go out and have an adventure, don't go to the club, guys. Don't just go to the club and fucking get drunk. Go sit with your best friends in the car for like 3 hours. Like, I have some friends that for one of their birthdays, him and his girlfriend, they went to Disneyland. And when they got there at like midnight last night, she texted me and she's like, "Hey, we're here." And I was talking with them, and it seemed like they were just like goofing off and enjoying the ride. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really fucking cool. Because that was always my favorite part about going on trips with my family. I didn't care I was going to fucking Disneyland. I was like 8.
Yeah, you care about the families together.
Yeah, like my dad was playing some crazy fucking music that I never heard before. And later I'd find out it's 80s music, and that shit's old, and I'm old because I listened to it. But like that was always cool, like experiencing my dad's music and sitting there talking with my parents and just, you know, enjoying time with them and my sister and my aunties and my grandma. So if you aren't a person who likes to go outside but you like talking to your friends, go somewhere with them. You don't have to go somewhere that's expensive. Fucking Moon was trying to get me to go to, what'd I say, Chico, California,
Chico.
for a dog. This guy posted on TikTok that he has like 9 puppies that he's trying to get rid of. And I was like, cool. Hit me up if I can pick one up. And mind you, that was a 2-hour drive from where I work. It's a 3-hour drive from where I live.
All right, and put it in better perspective. So he saw the TikTok. He calls me up. He's like, "Hey, Pree, you want to meet me halfway?" And I'm like, "You mean like halfway from where you're at to Chico?" He's like, "Nah, from where you're at to my house." And I'm like, "Huh. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna go, I don't mind. You know, I'll drive up there and then just ride with you up."
Yeah.
You know what I always say? I personally, when someone asks me to go with them, and if I don't go and they would go alone, I am more likely to go with them because I personally don't like it when
the adventure hinges on your participation.
Yeah, well, like moreover the adventure part. I think like if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, you know what?
Oh, like
if something bad happens,
if it's like a risque situation.
Yeah, a risque situation. Yeah.
Like, oh man, I'm bringing Pree because he's a big guy. He's the muscle.
Nah, I'm just more like,
like if I said, hey man, I saw this really cool place, Love Cafe, but you know I'm a tiny little boy. I'm scared to go. I need a big guy with me.
Yeah, I was thinking more like, hey, if that Corolla ends up on the side of the road, I probably know more about that Corolla than you do. And I was like, you know what? I'll bring my tools just in case. You know, I probably wouldn't be able to fix anything because we don't got any jack or anything. But hey, you know, I just hit it. I just tap it. You know?
Nah, literally, that's an adventure I would make on my own, regardless. Just because, like, if I break down, I have insurance. I've got no quarrels, and literally, the whole point of me moving from, because I was in Nevada for a bit, the whole point of me moving back home is so I'm near you or my family, someone who can, you know, assist me if I break down or I'm in a situation that I can't just brute force my way out of.
Can't push the car 5 miles.
Yeah. But, yeah, Bad Moon asked me if I would go to Chico and get her dog. I said, sure, you know, it's a couple hours, but whatever. It's an adventure. And I was telling him we could make a video out of it, like, journey to get Big Chump dog.
That would be great. Dude, imagine like all of the stuff we have in the middle of the couch.
Yeah, the dog.
The dog would just
sit there. It's gonna be a dog right there.
Yep, he's not gonna move.
Yeah.
We're not gonna let him.
We're gonna train the dog just to sit there.
We're not gonna let him move.
He's gonna sit right here.
Just kidding.
We're
gonna have an automatic treat feeder.
Yeah.
Also known as we're just gonna reach over and grab a treat and give it to him.
Yeah, I really want a Frenchie. I want a dog that's small so I can make it self-sustainable while I'm not at home.
I want a wiener dog. And I'm gonna give him a hot dog costume.
Yeah, it fits with the Big Chump MO.
Hot dogs.
So, anyways, look forward to our trip to Texas because Bad Moon said that there's slaughterhouses and breeders that have Frenchies and shit. So, sounds like I might be booking a flight or stocking the car full of gas so we can go to Texas. Stay tuned for that trip.
Dude, I would get a wiener dog, and I would name him Caliente.
Why?
Because
Hot
he's a wiener dog, and he's gonna be a hot dog.
Yeah?
That sounds like a great dog.
Sounds like a fun dog.
Or I'm gonna name him Steven.
Steven. What's the theory behind that one? Steven?
That's gonna be his name, Steven.
You name him doggy glasses?
You know, or I
Steven
wanted
sounds like he'd be a very smart dog.
I wanted a Borzoi. Maybe you're right. Maybe I need to have, the dog with the really long face. Maybe I need to have
greyhound?
him. Yeah, it's in the same family.
The bicycle seat dog?
The bicycle seat.
Yeah, greyhounds have like bicycle seat heads.
Yeah. So I think I should name him Steven. You're right. Because he looks a little more elegant. Compared to Un Perro Caliente.
Distinguished gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, yeah. No, yeah. For sure.
Dogs.
I saw was it content creator Jenna Marbles? She has like mini greyhounds or small greyhounds.
Mm.
She put the boy one in a turtleneck and gave him glasses.
Smart dog.
That little guy looks smart.
See?
You know a fun fact about that dog? Not smart.
Oh.
Not a smart dog.
Not a smart dog.
He screams.
That's a smart dog. You know what? Have you ever walked or driven past a house with a chihuahua in the window?
Yes.
And the chihuahua just barks, and then
it's a proximity alarm.
Yeah, that's all he is.
A breathing, shitting proximity.
The reason why I bring that up, right? I was a delivery driver, and I always had to deliver pizzas up to the house.
Absolutely.
I tell you, the wiener dog, or not the wiener dog, the little chihuahua is always the first guy to meet me.
Yeah.
And then as I'm walking towards the front door, he will back up to the door, and then he will go inside first. But he's still barking at me.
Yeah. Absolutely. He doesn't know you.
He doesn't know me.
You don't have clearance.
He doesn't even try to bite me.
Yeah, I know.
He's just going to sit there and bark at me.
He understands that he will die. He understands that he can become the next meat on that pizza.
He's good.
The mystery meat. He'll be ground up.
Poor guy. Poor dog. Fucking
stay tuned for Lunchable's next flavor of pizza. Ground up chihuahua.
You know, a great question. Do you believe that people should let their dogs walk without a leash? Like you take your dog walk without a leash?
Yes and no.
Go ahead.
I think if your dog is well behaved enough, like if you could somehow certify that a dog is trained and behaves well enough to obey you, sure, why not? I know plenty of big dogs like golden retrievers and shit. They just walk around with their owners. They're so about their owners that they wouldn't dare run away. But as a prior dog owner myself, I had a Frenchie and I had 2 Chihuahuas. Those motherfuckers ran every chance they get, and they know that their only source of food and water was us.
And they still ran.
They met the neighborhood strays because like there was holes in our fence. Because I live not too far from where your girlfriend's family lives.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of neighborhood dogs that run around there, and somehow they found a way to get in the backyard fence where I was.
Oh,
and those motherfuckers would come harass my dogs. They'd sit on the hill because basically it was a wall and a dirt path that goes up the little hill where the trees are, and then the fence.
That's pretty
And
good.
we put a puppy gate where at the bottom of the hill so our dogs wouldn't go up there because there's like foxtails and holes in the fence.
Mm-hmm.
So these motherfuckers would stand at the edge of the wall and bark at my dogs and harass them. And every time if I'm watching it happen and I'm not irritated by the other dogs, I'd walk out, I'd look at my friend, she'd be like, "That could be you. That could be you. Those motherfuckers don't have food. What would you do if I didn't feed you?" And every single time he ran away. Every time the front door was open.
Straight up guilt tripping that kid. That kid. Do you think do you think that you should consider your pet? I don't want to say dog, right? Because I think a lot of people think all of their pets as children.
Yeah. I think that a pet is certainly a part of your family. A lot of people who either can't have children or don't have a desire to equate having a pet.
I think a child
to their because a
child's more expensive than a pet.
Well, absolutely, but a pet is also the next closest thing to having a child, right?
You gotta take care of.
You have to take care of a breathing, living organism from infancy to make sure it survives.
Yeah, that's true.
Unlike a child that grows into an adult one day and hopefully is productive and helps society, a dog can't do that. A dog is your problem until it doesn't exist.
That poor dog. You know what I think about? I think the kid might give me a return. I know the dog is not.
Well,
do
you get an emotional return?
No, you know what? Actually, I take that back. Do you believe in all of those social media content creators that abuse their dog?
Yes, absolutely.
Not abuse, sorry. I mean, use their dog for more exposure.
What do you think Big Chump Dog is going to be? Big Chump Dog is going to have his own Instagram account.
No, he's going to be on our Instagram account. We need our Instagram to blow up.
Porque los dos.
Why we need two?
Well, because, he's not always with both of us to get updates. He's got to update the world what he's doing. Like, what if he wants to take a picture of his poop and put it on Instagram? We don't want that on our Instagram.
My dog better not. I'm going to police this dog like how you would have policed a normal kid. I'll be like, no.
Don't be posting weird shit on the internet.
Exactly, man. You'd be like, there's strangers on there. Stranger danger, dog.
Yeah, I think Big Chump Dog would be pretty cool. Sounds like you've come around on the idea of having a dog.
All right, so just to put it into perspective, when we were living together, I said, if you bring a dog into this apartment, I am gonna put him in the walk.
Not like he's gonna take him on a walk. Like
I'm gonna put him in the walk.
The instrument for cooking. I had a wok. I had an actual wok. He was gonna cook my dog.
Not saying I was gonna eat him.
Just cook him.
I'm gonna cook him.
Yeah, like the same way you put a baby in the oven.
And yes, exactly. No. No.
Big Chump's canceled. They cook dogs and put babies in ovens.
Oh no! No. In all seriousness,
please don't put your babies in ovens and don't cook your dogs.
Yeah, don't do that to dogs.
They don't deserve that.
Yeah.
They're the only ones going to heaven. We're certainly not.
Yeah, not us, man. We're either gonna be stuck in purgatory or we're going down.
Yeah, you either die or you don't die. That's you're already here, buddy. Welcome to purgatory. You're living
stuck.
You're living in it right now.
But yeah, no, I honestly, I'm not saying that I am for Big Chump Dog.
But you're open to the idea of Big Chump Dog.
I'm thinking, man, if Big Chump Dog is gonna bother me, I'm gonna be so.
That's why I said I want a small guy, so he can be self-sufficient.
Maybe self-sufficient.
So like you give him a food bowl and a water bowl, or you give him an infinite water bowl, right? If there's no water, the water refills itself always. You need water.
Well, yeah, I guess.
But like the food bowl's on a timer, and then little guy has like his bed. Like give him a little doggy house in the corner of the house. That's his area. Put one.
Well, what do you mean that's his area? Like he gets a 1 foot by 1 foot in the corner?
No, like if he wants to just lounge on the carpet in the middle of the living room, he can. But if also he doesn't want to be bothered, I'm not going to lock him in his room, in his cage. There's just a house he can go sleep in if he wants to.
Okay.
And then
he's in my vicinity.
Yeah. Like essentially a doggy house is his bedroom. And he can go in and out as he wants.
That's his house.
Yeah.
And he can go out into our world.
Yeah. And then, like Big Chump's office or the set, the studio, he can come chill whenever he wants. But like, if Pree says like, man, I don't want to see Big Chump Dog today. Okay, throw him in my room. You
know what I think about? Like watch, like we're recording.
Yeah.
Dog's going crazy.
Well, so my thing is, I have a friend who works with animals a lot. She's a groomer right now. I want her.
Oh, that's cool.
I want her to help me train him.
Dude, I know dude, does that ring a bell? If you understand that joke. I'm all for it. I'm all for training.
Anyways, I know Frenchies are loud. I had a Frenchie. He was a loud guy. He didn't like walking, but he liked to shit. A lot. He wouldn't. I don't. Dude, my dog. I never understood him. He never wanted to shit when I took him to walk. And then he'd get tired, and I have to carry him back to the apartment.
You know, I never had that issue.
I don't get it. I don't know why my dogs never like to walk.
You know, it was crazy, right? So
sometimes the motherfuckers would just sit down. I'll be like, why are you sitting down?
I had the dog, right? My little Chihuahua Terrier dog. Chowbits. Yep. So, drop the leash, dog will run.
Yeah.
Dog bolts.
Yeah.
And then the dog turns around. And the dog's like, why are you walking so slow? Hurry up. The dog would talk shit to me. That dog would say, hurry up, fat ass. Like, man.
Maybe that was my problem. Maybe I never got that far out the door.
Yeah.
To see if they would turn around. I'm just kidding. I know they wouldn't. I literally found one of my mom's chihuahuas like 2 days after he ran away.
My dog came back.
That mine never did.
Mine always came back.
The Frenchie came back once because he was gone for like 10 minutes and realized that he wasn't going to get food.
Smart guy.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not going to get food if I'm gone. And also, we had a shit ton of like toys, like tennis balls and shit for him.
It's crazy because no matter where I drop the leash at, the dog knows where to walk.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like I took the walk all the time.
Yeah.
The same one. It just the dog just knew.
Dog just knew that sidewalk is okay to walk.
Yeah. I was like, you know what, dog? You're a smart dog.
Pretty smart dog.
That dog never ran across the street.
Dog doesn't shut up when people are at his house though.
Never. No. Let me tell you, I have a good story about that. So, it isn't that the dog barks at people. The dog barks at keys jingling. Right? So my uncle, he was a very interesting man. He didn't like dogs, which, you know, shame on him for being mean to this dog.
Bigoted.
Right? He would jingle his keys
to harass the dog.
So when that dog grew up, that dog just had a connection to jingling and fear.
Jingling and you're an asshole.
Yeah. It was sad.
Is this the uncle that I know?
No.
Is it the uncle that you told me?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Very, very sad dog experience. And it's crazy, right?
It's sad in a funny way, though.
You know how dogs have really nice hearing? Like, I would like put my keys up downstairs.
Yeah.
The dog's upstairs.
Yeah.
And the dog start barking.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't help that the dog was locked in a room 24/7.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Make it seem like I'm a bad. By the way, I don't take ownership of that dog.
No, the dog belongs
I don't live there anymore.
A family member.
Yeah, I don't live there anymore. Yeah, no, that dog doesn't pay rent and has its own room. Do you believe that?
Dog's owner doesn't sleep in that room.
Dog's owner gave up the room for the dog.
Crazy.
You know, my family didn't have a problem with the dog. It was that the dog has fur, and my mom couldn't stand it.
Yeah, that's a problem that I had with my Frenchie.
Yeah.
It's not even the fur that really got me, but if it builds up and I don't like sweep and get rid of the
then like allergy?
Yeah, then I'll have allergy attacks. But I found out after research, and I think I brought this up to you and your girlfriend because we were concerned about having a dog near her.
Yeah.
It's not the dog's fur that we're allergic to. It's them licking themselves in their saliva.
And the saliva gets transferred onto the fur.
Yes.
And then the fur gets shed.
That's literally because I was like, man, it's crazy that I have allergy attacks when the fur's in the air. And also, every now and then, my Frenchie's brothers, like if I went to my mom's friend's house where the Frenchie came from, because the friends owned the mom and dad. So the litter came from their friends. Mm-hmm. Whenever I'd go to their house and one of my dog's siblings would lick me, I'd break out in hives.
Oh, interesting.
Not like crazy, but like, you know, like...
Yeah, like some bumps start forming. Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird because I don't get hives from him, but I get hives from the other dogs. It's because they licked me more than he would lick me.
Oh.
Because me and my little guy would just chill together.
Yeah, yeah.
He wouldn't just
just start licking you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's sitting there, he's munching on a ball or a bone or a toy, just laying with me.
He doesn't think you're a popsicle stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these other dogs, they see me probably only during the summer, so every time I was there, they'd lick me and scratch at me because they're trying to get attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I when I was much older, in the last couple of years, I found that out, and that's very interesting. But it's not all dogs either.
Have you ever seen your dog lick itself?
My Frenchie?
Sure.
Or in general?
Well, just sure in general, but
I've seen
your
dogs,
Frenchie?
Yeah, I've seen my dog do it himself.
My dog, I never saw my dog do that.
I don't think all dogs do it.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was so weird. I was like, dogs do that? Cats do it all the time.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I feel like the cat just is a clean being.
I don't think it's the Chihuahuas that my mom had definitely licked each other and themselves.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the Frenchie didn't really do that.
Dog doesn't taste good to dog.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
They're not cannibals.
No. See that dog's fur? Mm. Or the Frenchie doesn't have fur, right?
They have short fur, very short and sensitive fur.
Maybe that's why they don't lick it then, because it's short and sensitive.
So, maybe somehow they know if they lick themselves too much, it sheds too fast.
Maybe.
I don't know. What I do know though, we should probably wrap up.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Well,
you stay tuned for a whole episode of Chump Change.
Thanks for joining us on our journeys.
If you like this episode, like, comment, subscribe. Give us a 5-star rating on Apple Music, Spotify, or wherever this is reaching you. And thanks again for watching.
See ya!